Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to Tuesday. Let's see where we go here. This is for you. For those of you who are in on the dream class, that's going to take place tonight. I'm excited for Sherry to be here for us to be talking about dream symbols. We'll see where we go with that. We are going to be doing some interesting things with past life regression around your Chiron and around your North Node. That's going to be happening very soon. We're posting those classes on the website. So if you're interested in how your current astrological placements of North Node and Chiron are impacted by past life karma, that's one of those things that people are like, well, if I don't know about it, how am I supposed to fix it? So we heard you, and we are addressing that topic. Those are on the website too, or will be soon. So let's see where we go with this reading this morning. If you're part of our Pathfinders group, we will be doing a live this week. So we have been moving it around. I apologize for moving it around, but we are going to be doing it as scheduled this week. So hold that thought. We might move the Wednesday group into Thursday. So I'll talk more about that on the Wednesday and Thursday morning readings. Okay? Okay. Let's see what's happening. Oh, I love this. Say yes to your open door. So interesting. Hero of your cosmic journey. Have you noticed that this has been coming out in almost every single reading? And you're watching me shuffle here. Wow. This is a new one. Trust and act accordingly. This is about, I think some new opportunities are coming through for some of you, or some change is happening and it's freaking some of you out. Okay, I've definitely been seeing that. So it's in alignment with what I'm seeing from you. And I think sometimes we don't see the whole path. So incremental feels bad. Like, well, if I don't know where this is going, why am I going to take a step in that direction? What if it's the wrong direction and everything like that? Part of my mission this year for the channel is to not just about opening to intuition, because we talk a lot about that. It's about trusting the intuition then, right? Like you get something during a reading, you watch one of my readings and you're like, okay, that's for me. But then there's all this second guessing. And I've seen that a lot in the comments. So what I want to do is help you understand your own intuitive sense so you can trust it. Okay. So when you're seeing things, listen, I'm just here to point shit out, as I've said to you several times. So if something resonates with you, that's a message for you, and then work with it. Work with it in your journal. Ask questions of your own guides. You know, where is this supposed to take me? Can you give me more signs? Can you help me, sort of flesh out this message? Okay, that's individually up to you guys. All right, so let's see here. And listen, I'm right with you. Sometimes it's very challenging when it's your own life. I get it. Okay. Knight of Wands, Emperor, Five of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, definitely dealing with a fire sign here. I see Aries, Leo, and Sag. Queen of Wands, Page of Swords, Aquarius energy. That's been showing up a lot too. The Seven of Wands, Empress, Taurus, and Libra. And then there's Wheel, that's also Sag and Pisces. So some of you might have been resisting any love connection, any kind of love, any kind of new step in your life. Might have been resisting it because in the past, might have led to sadness or might have led to some kind of regret. So it's about understanding that every single step you take, just because something, and I think this took me a really long time to learn, and I'm still learning this every single day. Every single step you take doesn't have to have the same outcome or the same level of lesson, right? Not every single step is going to be monumental. Not every single choice you make is going to be, enormous in the long run, but it's important that you do take steps, okay? It's important that you do walk a path. It's hard to understand whether, okay, I'm avoiding any kind of sadness. I'm avoiding any kind of loss. And a lot of times that leads people to really hold on to things And then that's when you get tower moments. When something is really meant to leave your life, it is important that you take action, move down the road, take the next step, and, be as genuine and as honest and as welcoming for the next step as you can be. Even if it's people leaving your life, try to be genuine and caring and open to that. I feel like this is something about like, I'm kind of being stubborn. I don't want to move forward because I'm really afraid that it's going to be wrong. I'm afraid I'm going to make a mistake. And this goes back to trusting your intuition. If you deep down know that you should leave this job and you're afraid to do it because you don't know what the next step is, you don't know what the other side of this looks like, you don't know where you're going or what the next thing is, then it's important to at least acknowledge that there's this, journey, saying yes to the open door, saying yes to your journey, and saying, okay, please show me the next step. Please show me what what I need to know about right now. Someone asked a question last week, and I think I pointed this out before. I'm not getting any insight from my guides. And she was asking, like, what do I need to know? And I said to her, it's possible that you don't need to know anything else. Like, you have everything you need to know at this moment. We all make decisions based on what we know at the time. And it's not for you to have the end result or the full picture of something, because getting there is the journey. That is what's important. It's not like, oh, well, I see I'm supposed to be, running this nonprofit. And, it's more important that you be part of that kind of giving structure, or it's important that you kind of seek out and understand what your charitable leanings are. And so you kind of open up to it gradually. And that's what I feel is being asked of you, is to allow things to open up gradually. And instead of getting, stuck in a moment where, okay, I don't know the full outcome of this, so I'm not going to take any action. It's important to take some kind of action. 3 of Pentacles. Based on what you know at the time. All right, I know I can't stand this job. I know this isn't what I want to do. All right, so please bring me, the kind of next ask for the universe is, all right, just bring me the next step. If you can ask just for the next step, I feel like that is going to help you have a little confidence, and you take that next step and you're like, okay, I see. Right? Like these, we're watching a little bit of the Olympics, and these skiers and these skaters and everything, they didn't start out doing like the Olympic kinds of mountains, or they didn't start out doing moguls. They didn't start out doing a triple Lutz. They didn't start out like that. They had to learn. They had to learn to get up on those skates and not fall on their ass every single time they did something. They had to learn to, to ski in a way that was going to be safe for their bodies. They had to learn the limitations of their own skill set. They had to learn. And they did fall on their ass a lot. You bet. Ask anybody who is doing anything on that level. They had to fail incrementally, but they knew that this was something that was important for them to learn. It was the journey of it, so that they could get to something like the Olympics, so they could get to something like they can ski for pleasure, and they can ski with other people, and they don't always, holding everybody back, right? Because they keep falling and they aren't learning. But if you learn from every single time you fall down, you're like, okay, it's important for me not to cross the skis. It's important for me to realize that this kind of ice isn't good for jumps. It's important, whatever it is. And then institute that knowledge. Put that knowledge to work for yourself. That's what 3 of Pentacles is. 3 of Pentacles is about being a master. And there's a lot of bumps and bruises and I'm going to say loss, because this is the card of loss, but there's a lot of those things that go into any kind of triumph. And not everybody is a natural, and even people who are unnatural at something do have to learn eventually. If they stay in only their natural skill, then they kind of get stuck in that. So this feels to me like some of you are becoming powerful healers. This is a healing card here, the Star card. You might have a teacher. You might have somebody who's inspirational to you. You may not even know them. It may be somebody you watch on YouTube, or maybe somebody that you're paying attention to that makes you feel like you can do it. You can do it. All right. And we elevate by, okay, now I've learned all these things and now I'm standing up. Now I'm doing the right things for myself. This can even be true in love relationships. You kind of got to walk before you run. You kind of got to know how to communicate. You've got to learn in relationship what works and what works for you, so you can actively be a part of a relationship that is rewarding. It's got to be rewarding on both sides, or it's not going to be good long term. It's just going to be incompatible, or it's going to fall apart, or something like that. I am seeing the Emperor and Empress here. This is the highest level of masculine feminine here. I am telling you that I'm going to be doing a video for Twin Flame around the Venus and Mars conjunction, which is going to be happening on the 16th of February, and that's a big deal. It's going to be happening on the same day as the Leo full moon, so that's really amazing. So the Twin Flame reading I'm going to do this week is going to be revolving around that, and that's happening. The Twin Flame reading will be posted this week, but it's happening next week. That energy is happening next week. You might already be feeling that. I'm seeing, this is Aries, right? Or this is Mars, and this is Venus. And these two, Emperor and Empress, are coming into alignment. That's what conjunction means. There's also Taurus energy in this, which is about getting things grounded and making things real. So some of you might have been shying away from any further relationship because you keep having bumps and bruises, and stuff happens that makes you feel, oh God, I can't do this, or I'm terrible at relationships, or something like that. It requires work. Okay, like when you first get into a relationship, it's light and fun and easy and everybody's enjoying themselves and everybody's having a good time. After a certain amount of time, it requires some effort. Okay, you can't go back to that moment in time when you first met somebody and everything like that. There is a progression to these things, and it's meant to be that way. The same thing with your career, the same thing with anything. Right? Like if you started out as a copywriter or something like that, eventually you're going to move into being an editor, and that's a different set of skills. You have to add new skills to it. So some of you are stepping up into being healers, and what you've been doing, it's great, it's foundational, but next level, okay? We're getting to the next level here. This is a destined, fated thing that's going to be happening to move along on the path. And it is going to require trust. It is going to require not just that you are getting intuitive hits, but that you are then acting on them. And this next level is going to require you to then continue to trust at a higher level. So the things that are being asked of you are going to get more challenging. Okay, the spiritual journey, once you get sort of up to a certain level, gets more challenging. And as long as you know that, as long as you're like feeling it, you're like, well, I see, okay, I had to do this before, but now I have to level up. Now you got to trust. And that's a big ask. A lot of people don't trust their own intuition. So we're going to talk about that more in the extended. I'll keep going on this. I will look at Aries, Leo, Sag. I see all the fire signs, Taurus and Libra, and then Pisces here and Aquarius. We got a lot to look at. All right, so I'm going to continue on with this reading. If this resonated for you, there's a link below. Part of our Pathfinders group, rest of the reading starts right now.